Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway and knew I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be
Hey Internet, Dracofunk here. Welcome back to my 100 subscriber special where I drive a Rover Train from the North Pole to the South Pole. This is episode 9, and today we are going to take off one last time in the aircraft to see if I can find an area that has an abundance of resources, enough so I can mine and refuel. And as you can see, we are very low on fuel, so I'm probably going to run out before I get super far. I want to get at least an hour away from the Rover Train, and I'm kind of using this to scout out the route, and it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to have to be careful right there because to the left there's some hills that go up. To the right there's some sections that go down, and I need to go like right between them is the sweet spot. And I'm probably going to run out of fuel here in just a second. So gain some altitude. And that looks like a nice flat spot. And there, I'm out of fuel. So I'll come in for a landing, and hopefully there's enough resources there. And we'll slow it down to actual time. Just gliding right down. A little bit of flare right at the end. Put on the brakes. And let's see. Well, so the aircraft's out of fuel. There is not enough resource abundance here. So, Altfield, don't worry, we will come pick you up with the Rover Train. So, we will have to send a pickup crew to recover the aircraft. Altfield will continue to the South Pole on the Rover Train. I probably should have fixed that ladder so it didn't come down at an angle, but that's okay. And switch to the Rover Train, or at least that's what I meant to do, but as you can see, I actually switched to Point Golf, which is on the other side of the planet. It's one of the bases I dropped to use as a waypoint when I drove this rover from the Space Center to the North Pole. So this time I'll actually switch to the rover. Let's see now. There we go. So I will continue my journey. Satellite dishes are down, brakes off, and go. So this is actually my third attempt to record this episode. The first time I was watching the audio file to make sure my levels were good, and I hadn't actually started the video like I thought I had. So that didn't work. The second time, I got about halfway through when I looked down and noticed I had my mic muted the entire time. Which, if you watch any of our other Highway 47 videos, especially with the other guys, is something I will occasionally mute my mic and forget about it and wonder why everybody's ignoring me. Which is different than all the other times when I wonder why everybody's ignoring me and I'm not muted. But that's okay. So here we go. We're coming up a hill. And yeah. So I'm going to do something a little different this episode. Since there really isn't a lot going on, I will cut in some music right about here. You'll hear it fading in. Probably some little instrumental things. Probably another cut from the spin wires. And yeah, here it is. Enjoy that. Hey Internet, I'm back. That was the Spin Wires instrumental version of our theme song. Just maybe in a later episode I'll play the full theme song. But hey, maybe I'll actually bring in some of the other Spin Wires tracks that we can play. Now that was a little bit of an optical illusion. It looked like I was going sideways or even backwards for a second, which confused me while I was recording because I definitely was not going backwards or sideways, but it's even more pronounced. This is sped up footage. But hey, the journey continues. My hope was that the aircraft made it far enough to be right about an hour in real time away from the rover. And we'll see about how close that is. So I know this is coming out on. Usually, I have the 100 subscriber specials come out on Wednesday. This is coming out on Monday, which is when I have the reusable space program come out, and I just haven't been able to get the next episode of that series edited, mainly because I've been really busy with my real life stuff, and before that episode can come out, the next step has required a lot of behind the scenes resource gathering and refueling. I need to find a more efficient way to refuel the probe. I probably should have just sent the probe to Columbia Station in orbit of the Mun to refuel. That probably would have been a lot more efficient. And I will probably do that next time, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to send the probe there and eventually send it back yet again to, because it is a very good tug to transport equipment from Kerbin to Duna. So that is probably what I will do. Now, I do have an issue here with, I would like to have something to use as a waypoint, and I have, with the first mission when I drove to the North Pole, I dropped bases along the route I wanted to take, and kind of use those as the waypoint. And for this, I've been using the Enlightener aircraft. And I had thought that I'd be able to use the aircraft to mine along the route, therefore avoiding it running out of fuel. However, that did not pan out. So for the next episode, I'm going to have to devise another plan. Now, the aircraft I used to drop bases for the North Pole episodes would not have enough fuel to drop the bases. I could probably fly it over here, but it would probably be out of fuel before I could drop more than one base. I might consider trying to design a different aircraft. I thought about designing a different aircraft and trying to see if I could drop bases that way. I thought about using a rocket, which I'm sure I could do. It would be a lot more difficult to pinpoint where I wanted to land the bases, though. So I'm really, really not sure. So I will come up with something interesting to solve this problem. Altfield is patiently waiting at the aircraft to see if the rover train will make it there. Hopefully he doesn't have to spend the night in the aircraft by himself again. I mean, he's been doing that this whole mission, so it's probably nothing super new. I'm sure there's some sort of sleeper compartment. At least his pilot chair probably reclines. That's enough. And I'm sure there are ample snacks there for him. And we are continuing our drive. We only have a couple minutes left in episode time. Real time, this is probably around the 45-minute mark. And I'm using the aircraft as a waypoint. And right now, this is where I zoomed out because this is where I was kind of looking to see, because I have to go between the, like, I don't want to call it a crater, but it kind of is. And again, not a mountain, but like some big hills to the left. And I can't really tell right now, but I'm kind of heading right towards the crater. But I'm just going to skirt along the outside of it. And hey, there it is. There's the aircraft. So I have made it once again. And video or recording wise in real time, this is just over about 57 minutes. So this is a perfect place to stop. In the next episode, Aldfield will probably get out and board the Rover train, and I will figure out some other way to have a waypoint. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't done so, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when any of our other stuff comes out, click that bell. We here at Highway 47, we do other projects. We do video commentaries. We're currently working our way through Star Trek Picard, as well as all of the Marvel movies. So look for that. This Friday, our commentary for episode 6 of Picard will be out. And the movie we watched was Deadpool. So enjoy those. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.